y'all, I'm back again. This is Khadijah with God's Products. You hear me now? I'm coming before you. Like I said, I just posted a video just to encourage you guys. It's uploading still, or getting ready to be uploaded. I just had to figure out a title, y'all, because woo, your girl is tired. It's hot out here and I'm baked. But moving forward, this video is, I'm looking around because there are people that's like around me. And I don't want them to think I'm crazy because I'm on this phone recording a video. But listen. That was kind of weird. But listen. This word is about like marriage and just the journey of just people who feel like they've been standing for a marriage. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this one time. Please do not be over there on my page Bible thumping and talking about what God said, what he said. God can do whatever he wants to do. I have seen him prophesy to people and they died 2 weeks later. And God had to explain to me, it's not that the prophet wasn't real. It's just, I'm God. I can do whatever it is I want to do. And I'm not doing this so I could pain the death, to pain the family members or to hurt, it's not to hurt us, but it's for whatever purpose it is supposed to serve. And I come before y'all because I had a real breakdown. Y'all, my other video that I posted is that confessions are coming. I think confessions and apology, like whoever that message was specifically for people who have already met their spouse and know who their spouses are. And I'm talking about you have been in separation with them. Not that God told you who it was and you've never met them. And not even those who are waiting just to meet the person. This is specifically for those who've been really standing. But I want you all to take this and, you know what I'm saying, and just utilize this for whatever it is that's going to help you, because only God can really speak through to you. I'm just a prophetic voice, and I'm just coming to you and just keeping it 100, because I already told God I wasn't going to come play with y'all like that. But I had to realize that God was sharing something on my heart. He was sharing to me how I had not forgiven that person, right? He told me that my stance was already up, so that's why you haven't been getting the urges anymore to get up in midnight and pray for this person and cover this person, because you've done your part. Your stance is not forever. And I believe both for Christ, Christina or Nina, she spoke about this at one point in time, or recently, I think, within the last month or two or a couple of weeks. And she was just going on, and I was just really hearing her because God had already been speaking to me and letting me know that you don't have a stance anymore with this person because you've done what you needed to do. And that's for somebody. That's not exactly what the word is all about, but that's just for somebody. And this is just something that just came off my heart. And so as I was sitting with God, y'all, I had begun to understand that I wasn't fully healed, because in the last couple of weeks, excuse me, God has been bringing to my attention that some things, like heavily, some things that the person said to me that I felt like was totally disrespectful. I felt like I had done a lot for this person, and I really was opening up my heart to this person. And thank you, Lord, I got my title. I began to during the process of just crying out and saying, God, lift the heavy burden off me, because some of y'all really need to do that. You need to let God lift that burden. Your stance is up. And it's time for you to focus on you. So as God starts spilling out instructions concerning reconciliation, to be reconciled back with your husband, for some of you who are just divorced or just separated from a husband, or this was a relationship that you had with someone, If God told you to do all of those things, then this is for you. If God never told you and you're just taking it upon yourself to feel or do whatever it is that you feel like you need to do, then that's on you. Then you got to take that back to God. I used to think that prophetic voices was so hard when they used to say stuff like that, but then I had to also realize like they just keeping it 100. Because misleading somebody and just saying, oh, this word, you're just spilling a word without disclaimer, that'll have you really pissed off at God and really pissed off at the prophetic voice. But please don't come pissed off at me in them comments, because I will surely bypass and you will never be able to see a video on this channel when y'all do start watching. So God had began to just tell me I wasn't healed completely. He even took it back to the moment before I even started having a intimate, bedroom intimate relationship with this person. He had explained to me then, he was like, you're not healed, because he had said other things that you need to get past. Not just the day that y'all separated, all of that. It's other things that he's been doing up to that very point. Now, take this. And I learned this today. The devil is using what God is trying to do to heal you. To kind of break you down and just make you feel like that's not for me. Or just because God is bringing it up and he wants you to heal, it's not your choice to decide that, no, this is not for me anymore. God is bringing it to your attention. So for some, your communication is literally right around the corner. It's literally right around the corner. It's months away. It's days away. It's hours away. It's minutes away. Whatever it is that you're getting ready to walk into with a person, that is extremely, extremely close. People were walking behind my car. I don't like that. It's extremely close for y'all, or it's coming up, or you're walking into your, you're probably in your marriage season and you're getting ready to walk into this. And God is just letting you know, I need you to be healed and in a place where I can trust that when I send this person back, not saying that everybody's spouse is going to come back to them, or ex-husbands or whatever, whoever God sent it back to you. It doesn't mean that they're just going to come back and just be spilling the guts. For some, yes. But for some men, they won't be doing it, or some women won't be doing that. But you will know, just like I said in the video, in one of the video about the reconciliation and the sorry and the confession is coming. But God wants some of you guys to forgive. The one thing I noticed on the girl's face was that she had not forgiven, because I could see that it pained her and it was very much hurtful. And it wasn't something that it was like she had to relive it all over again and go through that. And she had so much emotion on her face. I just want you guys to make sure that you're in a healed place, because when God brought me to that, I seen how I was jealous of the things that he had going on with women from his past. You know what I'm saying? I was literally in the wrong mindset. That's why God calls it a journey, because throughout the journey, before you come into that union or whatever that relationship looks like, you're going to be healing. You're going to be letting go stuff. You're going to be just such a difference. You're going to be doing so many different things. And so be very, very sensitive to God. Be very sensitive to God as he is working on you, and as he is just nurturing you in this moment, because I felt nurtured and I released some things out of my mouth that I never released. And it was really the way that I want my husband to treat me, because the way that person treated me was so disrespectful. And this is the next thing that God brought to my attention. I was like, God, I opened up my heart, and, you know, this person was just totally disrespectful to me, and he did this and he said that, and I opened up myself, and it hurt. And then God said to me, he just placed it in my spirit to know that God has stood for us when we were doing whatever we wanted to do, waiting patiently for us to come back into and re-invite God back into our life. Number 2, how God has been so patient with us. And when he opens up his heart to us, his heart is always open to us, no matter what we do, right or wrong. His heart is always rejoicing and always open, even when we've disrespected him, when we've cheated on him, when we've done wrong, when we have sinned against him. So even when our brother or our sister, and I'm just speaking on just realness, and if we can just speak about it, even when the people that we have opened up ourselves to hurt us the most, it's still our job to keep our hearts in the right place. Because when we don't, we may miss whatever it is that God is doing. And I feel like this for so many people right now. The enemy wants to steer you away from the promise. And it's not for you to idolize it and be sitting on it like, God, when, where, how, who. That's the burden that you need to ask God to release off of you. And even if you ain't doing it all the time, and you may be doing it some of the time, it's still your job to allow God to release it. Ask him to release it. Because the one thing I know it's going to do is it's going to hurt you more, and it's going to continue to weigh on you, and you're going to continue to drive yourself crazy asking God when, why, and I'm tired of this, and I don't know what I'm going to do, and all of that nonsense stuff. Like, one thing we can't do is beat God trying to threaten him. And we've all been there where we said, God, I'm going to give up. Like, I'm tired of this now. Come on now. I can't do this no more. But I'm going to just encourage you when you do feel like that, because as much as I say that, we human. And so I just want y'all to understand that if you do come to a place where you like, God, like, I can't do this no more, just switch it up and be like, Lord, I know that you are good. I know that you got me. I know that the promise is still going to happen. I know that you can do whatever you want to do. But God, I am tired and I feel a little defeated. But God, please help me to keep my eyes on you. Because giving up is not an option. Throwing away the promise is not an option. Giving up on the very thing that you have promised us is not an option. Because replacements are real, y'all. When someone doesn't treat you, I don't care. It doesn't have to be a relationship as far as a man and a woman. It can be a friendship. It can be your family. They might not treat you right, but then here comes another family. And it don't have to be because you're young. You could be an adult and God sends you a whole family that you come into contact with, and that you get close to them and they begin to love you like their own. You don't have to be 12 or under 18 for that. You ain't got to be in foster care for somebody to come and foster you into their family. God is not about time and age. We may be about time and age, but God is not about time and age. He really does care about us. And he really does want to see us happy and not hurt all the time. And I often always tell God, you like seeing me hurt sometimes. That's how I feel. But I had to really back out of that, because it's not about that. You know, God truly wants us to be happy, and he does want us to have our promises. But I do feel like if you're not going to be receptive of what the other person is saying to you, you're not going to be prepared for that conversation. So whatever this conversation look like for you, just prepare yourself. Pray about it. If the word is for you, like I said, you can go back and watch it. And I'll try to link it in this video so that you can go and watch that and just kind of see if God speaks to you any kind of way. Because like I said, it's just, this journey is not for the weak, and it's extremely hard to be standing in the gap for somebody and you've not seen no movement in it, and you haven't really seen anything in it, but you're still believing. But in all of those years or months or days or weeks that y'all been separated, it is the most time and most vital time for you to just focus on your relationship with yourself. If you have children, focus on your relationship with your children. If God is speaking to you about moving to another state or moving just to another area or just to a new house or a new apartment or whatever that looks like for you, that's your time that you can focus on that. Because if you don't focus on what God is telling you to do right now, you will not be ready when that other stuff comes. God knows what he's doing. He's preparing you. He's preparing me. So make sure you walk this park. Take a walk in the park of healing. So you can be receptive of what this person's saying, because this person is going to come back pouring out their heart. They're going to come pouring out, you know what I'm saying? It may not be no ooey gooey like, baby, I miss you, and, you know, I done you so wrong, and I need us to be together right now, and, you know, the Lord had been showing me you, and, you know, I just can't live without you. It's not going to always be all of that. It might for some. Because the reality is, in order for them to come to their senses, they have to have had a conversation with God or themselves, which is God still. They've had to come to some kind of enlightenment. And so I'm just saying to you all, just sit back, get healed, and prepare yourself, because it's coming. Don't get distracted in this hour. Do not idolize the words. Do not even idolize whatever God is showing you. I used to do that a lot. I used to idolize my dreams and be so excited and thinking it's going to happen right then and there. And God was like, there's still some more work to be done, sis. And I've been on this journey for almost like I've been in separation for like 2 years. It's been almost like 3 years now. And so I just want to just let you guys know that it's okay. It's okay. It's going to happen when it's supposed to. Don't rush it. Let God prepare you. He may want to prepare your finances. He may want you to prepare a home, and, you know, he may want you to be full-time in your ministry. You know, this is ministry. Whether I want to accept it or not, it's ministry. And God called me to this to pour into you guys when I'm not even in my best state. But forgiveness is what's going to help that conversation. Because if you don't forgive, then you're gonna mess it up. You're really gonna mess it up. You really are going to mess it up. And you're gonna be right back to where you were. When you guys start communicating, stop looking and saying what it's gonna be. Stop trying to put your own schedule and your own feelings in it so that God can move on your behalf. I have boundaries, y'all. I was trying to create all kind of boundaries. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. It's okay to have boundaries. It's okay to seek God about those boundaries, but don't just throw them up because you got problems. That's why I say you got to make sure you heal so that your boundaries are healthy and it exceeds the expectation. It manages to come forth in the way that God's purpose designed for that thing to come. That person's going to respect it, and they're not going to run away. And even if they do, they're going to come right back. Because you're doing what God told you to, but just doing all kind of weird stuff. I ain't texting them for 3 weeks. I used to text them every week. I used to text them every 2 weeks. I'm pushing it back to every 3 weeks. Trying to put time on it. If God speak to you and he leads you, like, he's not going to be in he's in every detail, but some things he's going to leave to you to kind of just do and see how you do with it. So don't be sitting up there trying to fight with the people and he better text me first or she better text me first. And Don't look at the situation also as it's too good to be true. Just let God let it flow. Just let him let it flow. Because it's all working out for your good. For y'all good. Whoever that is for you. I just wanted to be obedient today and just pour into you guys. Even when no one was watching. Because God is always watching. And when it's time for people to see these videos, they will. I can't worry. I'm not finna worry about that. I'm just being obedient by faith. And I just want y'all to know that I love y'all. Again, go to God about this word and see what he says to you. Everything's going to be okay. All right. Have a good day. See you in the next video.